You don't understand how excited I am for this vlog, people. This vlog has been a year in the making. We are returning to one of my favourite places in the universe today. But before we get into that, hello, welcome. My name is Kenny. This is my YouTube channel where I talk about books, cozy life, adventures, all that kind of stuff. And today we're kind of on location. We're going to be off and about in Yorkshire today, which I'm so excited for. So I have an undying love for the season of autumn, and last year we went to a place called Haworth. Now, if you don't know where Haworth is, it is a little place in Yorkshire and it is one of the most beautiful places you could ever wish to go in autumn. They've kind of built this little storybook town for autumn. Another thing about Haworth is it's a very literary town. So they have a museum there called the Brontë Parsonage Museum, because the town of Haworth is where the Brontë sisters spent a lot of their time growing up, writing novels. And then obviously you've got like the Yorkshire moors where Wuthering Heights is very much set, and it has like this quaint, dark-ish, autumnal literary feel. And when we went last year, it was my first ever time going. I was obsessed. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a very beautiful place. So I'm so excited to return. Honestly, I can't wait to show you around. You're going to have the best time. And then tomorrow we're going to a place called Hebden Bridge. Now, Hebden Bridge is a very similar vibe. We're talking loads of independent bookshops, loads of cobbled streets, great coffee, great food, and it has a witchy kind of feel to it in Hebden Bridge. I'll talk about it more in a second, but before we get into that, let's talk about books and what I'm actually reading. So I am still on with If We Were Villains by Emil Rio. I'm so close to the end. I'm reading this book very slowly, but not because it's slow paced. It's just the past week has been hectic. I've not had a lot of headspace to be reading, so I've just got through this book a little bit slower than usual, which is absolutely okay. But I'll definitely be finishing this today, tomorrow, this evening, hopefully. Yeah, I literally got about 60 pages to go, so very close to the end. It's been really good so far. Let me tell you what it's about quickly if you don't know. It follows the story of Oliver Marks, who in the first kind of like few pages, and it says it on the back so it's not a spoiler, he is released from prison after 10 years and he served those 10 years for murder. And then you are thrown back 10 years to see what actually happened. Did he commit it? Did he not? And you are thrown into this world of dark academia. It's about a kind of art school where he is in the theatre programme, very small class size, like 7 of them, and they're best of friends. And they think they can trust each other to the end of the earth, but can they? Oh, it is so good. It is so addictive. The writing style is great. It's definitely a mix of mystery, dark academia, relationships, found family, all that kind of stuff. It's really interesting and really great so far, and hopefully the end is going to blow my socks off. And then after that, we're going to go on to Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson. My boyfriend Zach is currently reading this book and he is loving it. And the reason I'm going to go on to this, and I'm going to get onto it tomorrow, is because it is set in Hebden Bridge, which is the place that me and Zach are visiting. Let me show you, look. It's even got a map here that says, welcome to Hebden Bridge. And Hebden Bridge is a really small place. I know this series is super duper popular, so I'm very excited to read this in Hebden Bridge, or at least start it. So this follows the story of a coven of witches, and they have the task of protecting England from magical forces, and they work for the government and the royal family and that kind of thing. That is pretty much all I know about this book. Zach has been keeping it under wraps because I've told him to, but I'm very excited to get into this. And apparently it covers lots of different places in Yorkshire, which is obviously a beautiful place. I live there. I adore it. You've got Hebden Bridge, you've got Malham Cove, which is this incredible kind of like landscape that's been carved from the Ice Age, and it is beautiful. So yes, those are the 2 books you'll be seeing in this vlog, but it's mainly going to be about walking around the towns, showing you what it looks like. With that in mind, we are going overnight, so I brought my overnight bag. This is really random. So in Leeds there is a new like bowling alley opening, and they said, can we send you some things to celebrate the opening of it? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'd love that. They sent me a bag which normally you put a bowling ball in with my initials embroidered onto it, but it's the perfect little weekend away bag, so I'm taking that with me. So we're about to head off in the car now. Zach has already asked if we can listen to Kate Bush in the car whilst we drive there, so I will acquiesce in that. But yeah, you're going to love it. I promise you, you're going to absolutely love it. Okay, we have made it to Haworth. We've got here, the weather is autumnal, to say the least. I've got my little umbrella. Zach is really good at dressing for the weather. He's got wellies on. He's got a big-ass umbrella. And I'm here in my Vans. Trying my best. But yes, we're just walking through this park and we're about to hit Haworth High Street. So get ready. You're not ready. So we are here at the Brontë Parsonage Museum. Zach and I actually came here last year and highly recommend you going in there and actually doing the full museum tour. But this is essentially the house where the Brontë sisters lived. So obviously Emily Brontë, Anne Brontë, all of them, and where they wrote some of their most incredible work, such as Wuthering Heights. And yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful building. So my boyfriend Zach is over there. He is a travel artist, so he is going to paint this place. Oh no, he just put his bum in the wet. But yeah, so we're in the gardens of the Parsonage Museum and getting some nice photos, but it is absolutely beautiful. There you go, look. So yeah, Charlotte Brontë is born at Thornton. I think that's the name of this house actually. Look, so you get the full shebang on everything Brontë. It's absolutely beautiful. Something I didn't know is that they were artists as well. So you can see Charlotte Brontë did this. Emily Brontë did that. Interesting, they had a brother called Branwell Brontë, and he had quite an issue with alcohol. And when you go round the tour in there, hey Zach, it tells you all about, you know, the struggles they had, because obviously alcoholism back then, they put, you know, illness and addiction was not looked upon as it is today. So it's very fascinating. And although it might be raining, I would not want it any other way, I don't think. This is just the most twee, gorgeous little place. Like, I am obsessed. Oh, I found something else. This says, this was the site of the gate leading to the church used by the Brontë family and through which they were carried to their final resting place in the church. That's crazy. So yeah, the Brontes moved to Haworth because their father became the parish or the vicar or something like that. I'm not 100% sure of this church. So obviously pretty short commute to work, that, isn't it? But they also died and their graves are somewhere. But it is just the most dark academia, cozy, kind of scary place. Like, this is just everything that I dream for in my life. I'd love to live here one day. Also, the gardens themselves are just absolutely stunning. Like, we came last time in November, so obviously everything was a little bit more dead, let's say, but we're coming in late September this time and it is absolutely stunning. Just in case you were wondering, here's how much it costs to get in and the opening time, so pause it and screenshot it. But they also have like events on and all kinds of different little things. Places like this is why I absolutely love exploring the UK. Look at that, like all of those graves kind of like cobbled together. It looks like something straight out of a Tim Burton movie. And this weather, although it's really raining, it just adds to the ambience. Like, come on, look at that. Zach is over there getting his pictures because, like I said, he's going to paint the house. I hope you can hear me okay with this rain, because it is intense. So here's a little bit of information about the Brontë graves. So the Brontë family are not actually buried here in this churchyard. They're buried beneath the church itself. So obviously we're literally underneath the church. So they are buried underneath there, which is so strange. A part of the museum, they've got a lot about Tabby. So Tabby was the Brontë family's like faithful servant for over 30 years. And she died at 84 years old, bless her. So this is a shop called Lighthouse Lane, and like I said, Zach, who is here, is a travel artist, and he's actually stocked in Lighthouse Lane, which is really exciting. Hello, we're back in the car. We've been here about 3 hours-ish, and I think that is the perfect amount for a Haworth day trip. Last year we did do overnight here, and we went in on the little pubs and everything, but we did find everywhere closed by like 10, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
we arrived late at night.
We did on that first night. We couldn't find anywhere to go for dinner. So Haworth is a perfect place for a little day trip, but it's kind of just that one high street, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. But Obviously, the main goal today was to get Zach's photo for the Brontë Parsonage Museum that he's going to paint next, which is very exciting. Did you get your photograph?
I got my photograph.
Good. So now we're going to drive to Hebden Bridge, where tonight we are staying over in a little Airbnb, and then we'll probably go out, get some beers, go out in the town, and then tomorrow we'll do some like shopping and everything. But I've never been to Hebden Bridge in my life. Zach, you have. Is it a similar vibe to Haworth, or is it? What would you compare it to?
What would I compare it to? Oh, it's more like Skipton. It's bigger, lots of indie shops, lesbian capital, and I also want to do the Hardcastle Crags hike.
National Trust. We're going to do like a little hike tomorrow as well, which I've not brought correct attire for, but I'll be all right. I brought a spare pair of trainers and I can roll my trousers up. We'll survive. Do you think it'll be muddy? I mean, look, it's been raining, pissing it down all day.
I should hope so. I brought my wellies.
Right, we're going to go to Hebden Bridge now. We're fogging up the car from all our yapping, and we'll see you there. We are here at our Airbnb. That drive was crazy. It was the most beautiful drive because we went around the moors and there was that long section where it was sort of all under the canopy of trees. But it was really, really windy and really, really rainy. Zach did so well to drive us here. However, like I said, we've reached our Airbnb and it is very Kenny coded. Let me give you a quick little tour because we're obsessed. We're here in Hebden Bridge and we're staying at this house. It costs like £70 for the night, which is nothing. And it's not the Ritz. It isn't the Ritz, but the vibes are vibing. It's very nice. So you come in from the front door and here is the living room. Look, it's just full of books and these old sofas. But just the look of this, the reason we're here is because of these. Look at all these shelves. It's amazing. And they've got some incredible titles on here. Like, what's this? Like, are you joking? Look at that. It's gorgeous. Come over to here. There I am in the mirror. And look at the little trinkets. Look at this little boat. Isn't that just gorgeous? That way to the kitchen. But let me take you up to the bedroom, which is just up the stairs here. I absolutely love this bedroom. Look at this. The mega high ceilings. This kind of bed. And again, books. Books and more books. But the best thing of all, look at this view out over Hebden Bridge. That is crazy. Let me focus you on. Wow, absolutely gorgeous. So now the plan is just to get settled, use the bathroom, maybe have a quick shower because I'm cold to the core. And then we'll probably head out into Hebden Bridge this evening for a few drinks. We had a really big lunch in Haworth. We had like a pie. I had a steak pie and Zach had this game pie and it was just delicious, but it was a lot of food. So we'll probably have something quite small for dinner. But I'm having the absolute best time. We are having a little literary escape and I'm very happy about it. I thought I'd just pop in with a voiceover to tell you about Hebden Bridge so you can enjoy this little town without seeing my face on your screen for a bit. But Hebden Bridge is one of those places that feels almost hidden away. It sits in a steep valley in West Yorkshire where the Calder River and the Rochdale Canal wind their way past these old stone mills and rows of terraced houses that are like clinging to the hillside. The town has a reputation for being arty, alternative and kind of magical. It's become a haven for artists, writers, musicians, makers, with like creativity woven into its streets and shop fronts. The literary connections here are super strong. There's writers and poets have been here for a very long time, and the neighbouring village of Heppenstall. The most famous link is Sylvia Plath. She's buried in Heppenstall churchyard, just a short walk uphill from Hebden Bridge. Ted Hughes, who grew up nearby, often wrote about the Calder Valley landscape. Today you'll still find like loads of independent bookshops, poetry readings, festivals, and a sense that storytelling kind of belongs to the fabric of this place. Hebden is also known as one of the safest and most welcoming towns in the UK for lesbians and kind of the wider LGBTQ plus community. Kind of from the 1970s onwards, many women moved here to kind of escape city life and build supportive, creative networks in the valley. That history of inclusivity and kind of resilience is part of the town's identity today, 100%. You can feel it in the atmosphere. It's open, it's friendly, it's proud of its reputation as a safe space. Okay, a few fun facts. Hebden Bridge is sometimes called the lesbian capital of the UK. It has been named the best small market town in Britain written by the Times. The town has more than its fair share of independent cafes, vintage shops, second-hand bookshops, which make it the perfect place for a slow autumn day. If you wander along the canal, you might notice the ducks and the kind of local celebrities. People even like knit them little jumpers in winter, which is so cute. The surrounding moorland, kind of the rugged footpaths and wide views, it gives the town this backdrop that feels straight out of a novel, and you cannot help but slow down and soak in the atmosphere. We are back where it all began just over 24 hours ago. Hello, I hope you're okay. You've probably just seen a long old compilation of clips from Hebden Bridge that I will have added a little voiceover to. That town is magical. Zach and I, we tend to always go to places and go, could we live here? And Hebden Bridge was one where we were actually like, oh, we could really live here, like properly. Haworth we absolutely love, but there's not enough stuff there to sort of warrant buying a house or living there. But Hebden Bridge, we were both like, maybe one day, because the house prices are quite expensive, but you know, in the end, they will hopefully be doable. And it's just a beautiful area. The one little thing we'd be like is, ooh, very mature this as well. Bit of a flood risk around here, but it is full of beautiful independent shops selling all kinds of things. So I thought I could quickly, before we end this video, do a little haul of things that we bought on this trip. So first things first, you might have seen like a really beautiful garden type shop. It was stunning. And we bought 3 little candlesticks. We've got 2 candlestick holders on our mantelpiece in the sort of living room on the fireplace. So we think swapping these out for autumn would be really cute. They're like obviously like a browny orangey colour, which is very autumnal. These were like £2 each as well. I thought that was pretty good. Then in Hebden Bridge, there was this independent bookshop, which, all honesty, independent bookshops are hit and miss. I love supporting them, but this one just didn't have the kind of books that I read in there, if you know what I mean. Like, because they have to be more curated than kind of like a chain bookshop, you know, you don't always find what you want to find, but we did find these beautiful cards that we're going to cut off the front, frame them and put them in the living room. And look, so we've got this one, which is kind of like a beautiful autumnal field. We bought this one, which is a little painting of a house, which I thought was gorgeous. And this one, which is, again, kind of like the windswept moors. So yeah, they are like greetings cards, but we're going to chop off the front and frame them and make them look really pretty and put them up in the living room. Okay, on to Haworth. Now, Haworth has, you'll have seen, the Cabinet of Curiosities. I've never actually bought anything in there, but this time I had to get something. But look at this little bag it comes in. This is so adorable. I'm gonna try and like conserve this bag. For what, who knows? I'm just a bit of a hoarder. But we got this. The Forest Pharmacy dispensing fine fragrant goods, hand and body wash in the scent Bramblewood. We went and sniffed so many. It was crazy busy in there, but this was the one that we liked the smell of the best. I'm not sure if we're going to use it as like a hand wash or if we're going to use it as a body wash. God, it smells good. I think more of a hand wash. It'll last a little bit longer. And also it's just nice for your hands to smell of something delicious, isn't it? Look at the branding. Absolutely stunning. And it smells incredible. I can't figure out actually what it smells like. Okay, it's got orris, raspberry leaf, cedarwood, blackberries, blackcurrants, cherries and figs. So it's like a walk through a forest. It is delicious. Then there was an independent bookshop in Haworth as well that I popped into. The lady running that was an absolute saint. What an angel you were. And I bought 2 things there. So Zach is a massive fan of Greek mythology books and Greek mythology retelling, and he's read pretty much all of them. I finished Circe about a fortnight ago and I'm ready to, you know, delve into that world a little bit more and learn more. So we were looking at all the different ones by Jennifer Saint, and because she's got like a collection of 5, and I was like, okay, Zach, which one do you think? I nearly went with Ariadne, but when Zach explained Electra to me, it sounded a bit more like me. And also look at that cover. Isn't it stunning? It's more of like a family drama, Zach said. Like there's a lot of bitching and backstabbing, and that is a bit of me. So I'm excited to get into that. I'm not sure when I'll get around to it, hopefully by the end of the year. I'm thinking this might be a December read. That could be nice and cozy, but it's a stunning book and I wanted to support the little bookshop, and I will read this eventually. And then to go along with that copy of Electra, I bought this bookmark. It's a brass bookmark from the company Literary Emporium, at Lit Emporium on Instagram. And look at that, it's stunning. Let me get it out of the packet actually. Although I love reading, I'm still using like scraps of old paper as bookmarks. I don't have like a nice bookmark. I've got a few which is like free that you get within books, but not one like this. No way. So look, it's like one of those ones where you can loop it over the page I'm gently going to try and get it off. Oh my god, it's double-sided as well. I'll get that little bit of sticky gunk off in a sec. Very happy with that. How cute. So those are the little things that we picked up in Haworth and Hebden Bridge. We've had a lovely little trip out. Zach got his reference photo of the Brontë Parsonage Museum, which I am so excited for him to bring that to life because his style it's incredible. Like, he is hyper detailed, but I think with this one, he's going to get it a little bit loose and a little bit more, you know, windy, Yorkshire moors, dark. Like, I'm excited for that because his work is so bright and vibrant. So we'll see what he does with it. Who knows? He might change his mind. I've got no idea, but I'll be here and I'll enjoy it. So thank you so much for watching this video if you've got until this point. I've had such a great time with the past 24, 48 hours because I just love to travel. I love adventuring. I love exploring, especially when it's on our doorstep. Like, those places are so close. And obviously we stopped in that lovely little Airbnb, which was like a writer's retreat Airbnb. We are just living our best cozy life. This is kind of everything I've dreamed of as a little teenager. This is the life that I wanted and I'm living it. What a treat. So have an absolutely lovely rest of your day and I will see you very soon in the next video.